The big announcement from Cricket Ireland yesterday, the 1st of March, brought about the full fixture list pretty much for the international summer for their home season, and yeah, exciting to say the least. Full set of fixtures, 15 in total. Still no test match, which for, as long as Ireland were trying to get the full member status, is slightly disappointing that they still haven't played a test match since 2019, the Lord's game against England. But the 2022 summer looks fun nonetheless. Four full member nations taking part. We have India, New Zealand, South Africa, and Afghanistan, with the season set to take place from the 26th of June. 13 of the matches we played across Ireland, with the weird anomaly of the two-match series against South Africa actually taking place in Bristol. So, got the full fixture list up to one side of the screen here anyway, so can follow along. But yeah, India, two games, 26th and the 28th of June at Malahide. I mean, I'm sure the fans up north will be slightly disappointed with that they're not getting one of those, but from the sort of drama that sort of leaked, that there was talk of maybe only one game, and that might be the one that gets moved to England. It's pretty good to see getting two games against India to kickstart the summer, even if you wouldn't say they'll be overly competitive. That then follows pretty swiftly, not a huge amount of turnaround then, to the New Zealand series, which is probably the one I'm most excited about. A full 6 games against one of the most fun teams to watch in world cricket right now. 3 ODIs at Malahide, followed by 3 T20s in Stormont. Again, getting a nice mix. Everyone gets a look at New Zealand. South Africa, then the strange one, moving over to Bristol, presumably just to play as warm-up games for South Africa without having the extra travel. But yeah, would have maybe have liked to have got a shot at seeing them. It's slightly weird that technically it's a home game for Ireland, but they're still having to travel for it. The only stuff that still hasn't been nailed down yet, the 5 T20s against Afghanistan, which they're waiting to finalise. But you're presuming from the looks of those fixtures will slot somewhere the back end of August, mid back end of August, maybe into September if they want to push it late. Yeah, it's an exciting summer nonetheless. I mean, it's been marketed as this summer of stars, and really that isn't untrue. I mean, every nation there has a huge number of star players you'd want to see play. Whether you get a full strength India or New Zealand is debatable. In any game, you might see a bit of a mixed bag. So you'll maybe see Williamson in 2 or 3 of the games for New Zealand. You might get to see Kohli once for India. South Africa could be a fun competitive T20 series as a warm up for the tour of England for South Africa, and gets Ireland a chance to play it in some different surroundings. And then, of course, the regularly scheduled Afghanistan series, which is always relatively competitive anyway. And they're two comparable sides, but there's plenty of chance to go and see some marquee players there. I mean, along with that announcement, then there was also some other information. The full women's fixtures be announced shortly. What they're saying will be the largest number of home internationals for the women's team in their history. So that's great. I mean, because they really did push on last year, and Gabby Lewis getting into the voting for Women's Player of the Year, it really put them on the map on the international scale. So if they can manage to get in India and England, even in South Africa, I mean, it's highly unlikely they'll get the Australians, but they're also angling for a marquee announcement for, I believe it's Breedy. They've said that the women's team have got the big marquee series, as it was a noticeable absentee in the men's fixture lists this year. And yeah, the news didn't stop there with the announcement. A multi-format men's series against Bangladesh, which was set for this year, has been moved to next summer. So we already know by summer 2023 we're going to get Bangladesh over here. Home test and ODIs against Afghanistan again look like they're going to be moved to next year, but they haven't put a final date on it. And then they're going to go and tour Zimbabwe in the early part of next year. So again, it's fun times to be an Irish cricket fan. There's an awful lot to look forward to there for the summer. I mean, they have left it a tad late. I mean, we're 3 months out from the start of the Summer International Series here, and we've only just got the announcement of who it's going to be. But it's nice to see the big nations coming over. I'd have loved a test match against somebody, but you can't really complain if you're getting India, New Zealand, South Africa, and Afghanistan all in the space of one summer. It's exciting times, and hopefully get to a couple anyway, and maybe do something on here for it. But yeah, a big announcement. Wasn't a disappointment with the Irish fixture lists at all. I mean, you always want to see a test match when they've not played one for over 2 years, but yeah, overall with the announcement, you can't be complaining too much, and you tack on the women's internationals into that as well, and yeah, fun announcement, and should be a packed summer, weather permitting over here. But yeah, thought I'd do a quick rundown of that anyway, and hopefully be back closer to the time with a bit of a preview for the India series. So till then, see you next time.